everyone! Thank you so much for tuning in! My name is Cos and welcome back to Cosplays! I am currently right now in the middle of what is known as the Bouncer Missions. And the Bouncer Missions in are a feature that was pretty much only introduced for this game and this game alone. They have never brought them back, and I guess probably because of a, so, like, from my understanding, I think probably because they don't have the climax battles, which is that extra mode where you fight, where it's like kind of almost like a boss rush, or like it's like they're like specific fight challenges. They got rid of that for this game, so instead they have these, which are the Bouncer Missions. Now the Bouncer Missions are pretty much you just go from point A to point B somewhere in Kamurocho or even Sotenbori, depending on what the mission is. You have to just fight through a crap load of people, and then you have to fight a boss. And the hard part about all this is you have to do this all without any healing items whatsoever. So if you have items, it's probably best to use them, because it'll definitely help your fight, especially doing this. And if you'll notice, I am actually getting kind of low health right now, so I'm a little concerned. Stop. There we go. Okay, well, at least the boss is down. But yeah, you'll be going... And then the other hard part about this is that the Bouncer Missions have you fight against... Like, you have to do each mission 3 times, because there's like a normal, a hard, and an expert or something, I think. And, yeah, it gets really difficult, especially some of the later missions. Because, so this is what the Bouncer menu looks like, actually. So, yeah, so you'll see we've unlocked the Towering... Oh, Legend difficulty, that's what they call it. But yeah, these get more and more harder as the missions go on. And you have to do them at harder difficulties, too. So that also means that will be really, really, really... Yeah. I think I made my point. Anyways... Let's get going back to the Tojo headquarters, because Shindo is about to do a really... Oh, wait. Actually, before I do anything, I need to actually heal myself. Burger, burger, burger. There we go. I'd get everything but the salad. That's just like how I normally eat. As my mom says, like, wow, you would really do anything to avoid a salad, wouldn't you, Kazuo? When it comes to a lot of food, I am still developing my palate, and yep, I still have a very childish, picky eating palate for some things, like burgers and pizza. Although, I don't know, my opinion on burgers has gotten better. The only thing I know I've said this a lot, but, like, the only thing I still have issues with is freaking, onion. But that's neither here nor there. Oh, crap. What happened here? Quick! Shindo's got the acting chairman! Hey, stay with me here. Hurry! The meeting room, please. Ugh. Oh, here we go. So yeah, you'll notice it says the Nishikiyama family, because Shindo is only the patriarch of the Nishikiyama family. So it's not like he has his own family himself, but I guess he kind of does, but he's still under a different name. Kind of like the 3 lieutenants in the original Yakuza 0, where each one of them were actually, like, yeah, patriarchs of... Oh, well, no, I guess some of them were. Like, I know Shibusawa was, but... Or, wait, did he? I can't remember now. Oh, I guess I gotta go this way. Ow. enough, though, I just realized we haven't been to Sotenbori. We haven't been back there for a while yet. What's nice, though, is that you can take a taxi to Sotenbori, and if you want to just, like, you know, do the Cabaret Club Grand Prix. And again, I stated before, I'm gonna most likely do that off stream just to kind of, you know, get that mission going a little bit. I'll show off some parts of it, but for yeah, the majority of it, I will do it off stream. It just makes it easier. That's the thing that like irks me a lot about some of even like the normal fighting guys, is that it's like as soon as you do, you can't hit them with like the ultimate combo finishing move. Like they always block it. I'm sure there's a way around it. I'm just not aware. Ah. Oh. Well, never mind then. Wow, not too many guards here. I'm amazed that he was able to take over everything.
こんなことをしてただじゃ済まないよ。
もう勝負はついたんですよ。姉さん。あなたが留守の間、一仕事させてもらいましたよ。
戦国に買収されたそうだ。
これでもう登場界の現体制は崩壊です。
あなたの小細工で右往左往するような登場界じゃないわ。
いいや、自分には聞こえるんです。登場界が音を立てて変わっていくのが。今頃他の幹部は戦国組が送り込んだヒットマンの餌食になっていることでしょう。
何？
カムロ町に戦国組の兵隊が現れたそうだが、今日は5代目の葬儀だ。絶対に挑発に乗るんじゃねえと下の連中に言っておけ。
はい。
Oh! Oh, jeez. That's almost like a Godfather reference right there. When all 5 heads were brutally massacred. Holy crap, is that actually what they're going for right now? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, the Tojo clan is having some issues, aren't they? Oh, jeez. This is the business we have chosen.
私が次期会長の座について、ついでに姉さんを自分のものにします。
何を言ってるんだい?
You really did all this because you were thinking with your dick? Jesus.
前からあんたに惚れていたんですよ。私から逃れることはできませんよ。
お前何してるか分かってんのか？
あんただって1年前に錦山の親父と女取り合ったでしょうが。それが原因で登場界がガタガタになっちまった。結局俺もあんたも同じ穴の無地なってことですよ。
お前の女になんかなるつもりはないよ。
方々に女を作ってきた堂島組長より私の方が姉さんを幸せにできます。
あんたにあの人の何がわかるってんだい。他に女を作ろうとなんだろうと、私はずっと堂島宗平という男だけを見続けていた。 死んだ今でも気持ちは同じさ。
振動聞いたろ。好きになった男を愛し続けることができる。
I don't understand it myself. Dojima I was not the biggest fan of, nor was he the biggest fan of me.
欲しいものを力で奪う。それだけです。
そんなことは俺が許さね
受けて立ちましょう。あんたの首取って登場界の跡目を継ぐ。そして俺は姉さんを手にするんだ。
I would imagine though he'd have a much harder time controlling the family if he took it over from a coup, even if he did have the biggest family. Koji Shindo. See, my only question is when does if somebody like Kashiwagi took over the Kazama family, like when exactly is it until he finally gets his own family, or like they refer to it as the Kashiwagi family or something? Asshole thinks he can run, eh? I love how his guard is just like me punching his sword. You can only run for so long, man. Oh man, I can't jump off that? Ah. Oh, he's outside. Nourishment of the Sea King. Ah. Yeah, I don't even need a freaking weapon to beat you now. Ooh, nice. They took this battle directly out of Like a Dragon Ishin. Ooh. Did he just kill him? Did Kiryu just kill a man? Are you alright? Yes. Let's go check on Daigo and Kashiwagi. Come on. Yep. I just killed a man. So much for that. Kiryu has never killed anybody. I don't know. I find it funny with some of the like people that we end up fighting and killing, especially like when you're shooting at them on the highway. There's even funnier. Oh, crap. I'm gonna go in extreme mode now. Yeah. I don't know why they make me go all the way to to full heat bar, but I guess maybe that's goes to show the finishing move I'm doing on him. Even though that's actually a normal finishing move in one of the other games, actually. Maybe we should have fired at him from a distance.
とっとと出ておいき。
Wow. Really? That's it? Just like he tried to usurp the throne and everything. And you just let him go? Oh. Don't kill him. He's had enough.
情けない。
Well,
神道のような男に喉元に刃を突きつけられるとは。
at least he was a dick. Now we don't feel bad about it.
申し訳ございませんでした。
お前の責任じゃない。正面から来るのならまだしも、こうも裏をかかれちゃ手の打ちようがないだろう。いいかい？組員に伝えるんだ。カムロ町で近江連合の者を見かけたら容赦することはない。力ずくで叩き出せとね。
It's kind of funny he didn't want to kill Kashiwagi. I feel like he would have killed him first. Cause like Kashiwagi is like yeah, the most like loyal retainer of the entire Tojo clan. It's amazing actually he was never put in charge. Survivors.
これだ。何？堂島組が鎮魂派？
はかどってるか誠。
なんだ河原さんか。脅かさないでくれ。
悪かったな。ちょっと表の様子を見てきた。まだ誰にも気づかれてねえみてえだ。
13号資料室なんかに近づく人間はそうはいねえだろ。
ついにその事件にたどり着いたか。さすがだ。
知ってたのか、この事件を。
ああ。最後のページを見てみろ。
河原さんと府警の別所さんが。
ああ。
Kawada and Bisho. This cannot be a coincidence.
あんたこの事件を知ってて今回の捜査に参加したのか。
ああ。公安の倉橋は人言派を探ってると耳にして捜査の協力を申し出たんだ。
なぜ？
俺はその事件に借りがあるんだ。
借り？
もう俺の役目は終わった。あとはお前に任せる。
What?
どういうことだ？
わけは聞くな。
河原さん。
Well, kind of obvious he definitely knows more than he's letting on.
あの人言派の事件を課長が担当していた。ってことは柏木さんの言ってた担当刑事っていうのは。
ああ、別所さんだ。
本当に？
間違いない。極秘の資料に名前が載ってた。河原のおっさんもそう言っていた。
私にはそんなことは一言も言ってなかったのに。
河原さんは俺にこれを渡して事件から降りた。どういうこと？
And Kawada is never seen again through the entire game for the entire game and the rest of the series.
まだ何かを握ってるのは確かだ。どうやらこの事件に借りがあるらしい。
That would be the dumbest, like just someone leaving the game.
どうしたんだ？
信じられないのよ。どうして課長が？
記録によると、当時カムロ社の4課にいた別所さんは堂島組の動きを察知していた。だが裏で手を回して事件を黙認したらしい。
つまり課長がヤクザを利用したの。
カムロ町の治安を回復させるには一番手っ取り早い方法だと判断したんだろう。しかし上層部にそれが漏れて別所さんは府警に飛ばされた。
伊達さんはもうこの辺で手を引いた方がいい。人言派はただの組織じゃない。深追いすると命に関わる。それに警察に追われているんだ。
バカ言え、今さら後に引けるか。
Besides, where the hell else am I gonna go?
これからどうするんだ。
合田会長がまだ見つかっていない。龍二を追いかけて。
Just like in Yakuza 1, we are looking for someone who might have all the answers. Chairman Goda. So we both got business in Kansai, right? Yeah, I'm worried about Chairman Goda. Alright, well, I need to get my stuff. Meet me back at Serena later. No problem. I'll call you when I'm ready. See you then. Alright, so we got ourselves a bit of downtime. Let's actually see if, Oh, hey! You know what? While we have some downtime, I might as well go show off the next chapter in the Granny White missions. Oh crap, I didn't even heal from the last to the list.
なんという味だ。素晴らしい味だ。なんという味だ。まあまあ。
So, you know what? I just realized I don't know if I ever explained the XP system in this game, because the XP system is much different than it used to be. From the just like the bars filling up, and then you just get points to spend elsewhere. In this case, the experience you'll see is divided up into 5 separate points. Each of them has something there. So like, you know, there's strength, stamina or speed, body, technique, and then special. And each one of those, pretty much like this, it's sort of like a grid system where, yeah, you just fill in this as the game goes on. I think I might have explained it. I don't know. Maybe it didn't need an extra explanation. I was just running out of things to talk about. Anyways, let's talk with Granny White. Been waiting, Kazu-chan. Why's your city gotta be such a labyrinth? I went and missed my reservation. That boy Yulia'll never fall victim to my womanly wiles now. Yulia's actually a friend of mine. I could talk to him later if you're really that interested. Well, why didn't you say so earlier? That's awful naughty, withholding details like that from a poor old granny, eh? As long as I get to meet him, though. I'll let you meet him on one condition. What is it? Answer my questions. I ain't single and ready to mingle if that's what's on your mind, Kazu-chan. But maybe if Yuya's asking. Tell me who you are. What are you hiding? I ain't hiding a thing. Pinky promise. So be it. I guess you really don't want to see Yuya after all. Hold on, you're gonna give Granny a heart attack. Then talk. Alright, I getcha. Don't got much choice now, huh? Sorry, but the answer's still no. Uh-oh. Well, if it ain't my half-wit pupil Yan Long. What do you want? I ain't coming back. You don't need to. We'll stuff out your life and claim the Lotus School for ourselves. Come again? I said we don't need you. We have no need for you anymore. Big talk coming from a little man. You're just a sprout, Sonny. Tell me when you finally surpass Kalong. Did she just say Kalong? Only you think that way, old hag. Kalong was nothing compared to me. If that's your idea of funny, I ain't laughing. And it don't mean a damn shit if you can't back it up. How about we test them bold claims? Fine by me. I'll eliminate both of you with my bare hands. Hold up, this doesn't involve Kazu-chan. That's where you're wrong, White Lotus. This man is Kazuma Kiryu, none other than the man who defeated Lao Kalong over a year ago. And now that you've sided with him, you are a traitor to your own school. He's speaking true, Kazu-chan? Did you really take it to Lao Kalong? I did. Your snake flower triad kidnapped someone very important to me. He also sent me a fake passport. He also set me up in a fake passport scheme 13 years ago. I'm more mad about the kidnapping, though, but, So, Granny, you were his teacher? Yep, I booted his ass out to the curb years ago, though. Didn't have a shred of respect for the school or what it stood for. Respect or no, we are all members of the Snake Flower Triad, including you, White Lotus. Kalong went and got the Triad crushed with his own arrogance. Can't blame Kazu-chan for that. You hopeless old hag, defiant to your last breath, which draws ever closer. Oh, give it a rest, would ya? You flap your lips like a donkey begging for a carrot. I'm fed up with the sound. Now shut up and fight me. I guess I should have expected this. Let's go, Granny. So that's the reason why I wanted to show off this mission a little bit more than the others. Is because I didn't want to say it at first, but if you actually look at it, Granny White actually does fight a lot like Lao Kalong. She does that, like, you know, that, like, twirling... Like, these guys know how to do the, like, I don't like the pivot, so that way they're directly out of your line of fire, so... Or attack range, I should say. I gotta go extreme mode just because I don't like you. Yeah. But yeah, Lao Kalong is a recurring character in the game series, so that's so yeah, it's kind of surprising meeting his old teacher. Ooh, enough. All bark and no bite, huh? Guess you still got a ways to go before you surpass Kalong. Ugh. One more thing. Stay away from the old lady. You hear me? Answer me! Yes, we'll keep our distance, we promise. You don't have to go worrying about me, Kazu-chan. A pup like this ain't ever gonna stand a chance as he is. You hear that, Yenlong? Gonna have to keep training another 100 years before you are a real threat. Damn it. Appreciate the help, Kazu-chan. It was nothing. Though, I get the feeling you could have taken them all by yourself, Granny. Sure could have. Might not have been a walk in the park, though. Hey, can I ask you something? What's that, Sonny? You knew I was Lao Kalong's enemy the moment you approached me, didn't you? Yeah. He might have strayed from the path I tried to pound into his noggin, but a pupil's a pupil. Can't hate the boy even if I tried. And if it turned out you were even a bigger SOB than Kalong himself, well, I'd strangled you on the spot. But it turns out you ain't so bad, Kazu-chan. You got more man in the... You're more of a man than Kalong would ever be. Sorry for testing you like that. It's alright. I didn't mind showing you around, Granny. Had a great time myself, Kazu-chan. Well, gotta catch my train. Osaka's got its share of grannies, but... None can think of this like me. It's been good. Careful out there, Granny. Who do you think I am, huh? Tough cookie like me'll be a centenarian, still taking it to those thugs. Oh, It's best for... Bet this is what everyone's been after the whole time. Scroll of Spearmanship. Come see me if you ever find yourself in Osaka. Catch you later, Kazu-chan. So, now we've unlocked Granny White to teach us some more moves. She's not quite as the, she's not quite as, I guess, brutal as Komaki. And, you don't usually have to fight her. You mostly just have to do a task for her, and then she'll, Oh, I think I just activated the next cutscene. Oh. Hey.
お前はたかし
It's the florist's son. But that's not the lady that he ran away with.
ちょうど1年前俺はサイの花屋の息子たかしを助けてやったことがあったたかしは跡部組の組長の娘京香と真面目に暮らしているはずだった
A brief recap for anybody who doesn't know.
たかし何やってんの競馬で儲かったからおごってくれるんじゃなかったの
誰だそいつは京香はどうした
あ、これはその
頑張って京香を幸せにするんじゃなかったんだ
I guess it's true, not everything ends in a happily ever
半
after.
端なままか
Do I gotta beat the crap out of you again?
聞いてくださいよ
She's just been really mean lately, and you know, she makes me do chores when I just got home from work and I want to relax. I was working my ass off. Gas stations, restaurants, construction jobs. I'd given every job my best effort. Still, no matter where I went, I didn't seem to fit in. I never lasted long. Then money got tight, and I... Didn't you once tell me you do whatever it takes to protect Kyoka? You were ready to chop off a finger to prove it, too. Was that just a bunch of hot air? But Kyoka is... What about her? She's meeting with another guy behind my back. What? You're sure about that? I asked her once, and she lied about being out with her friends. But I know there's something going on. One of my coworkers at my last job saw it firsthand. He told me he saw Kyoka go into a hotel with another guy. Kyoka's leaving me out to dry, and I'm the one struggling to work. You're pathetic. Can't even confirm it yourself. All you have to go on is what someone else told you. You're scared of the truth. Scared of the truth? Exactly. Kiryu-san, have you heard a rumor about the legendary information dealer here in Kamurocho? They say he has eyes everywhere in the city. Is it true? If anyone would know, it's you. You've got to tell me, Kiryu-san. They call him the florist of Sai. Please, will you take me to him? I have to know what Kyoka is really doing. If I take you, it'll be on his terms. I'll talk to the florist for you, but no promises. Thank you. Alright, well... I remember at one point when I first did this mission, I ran all the way back to the Purgatory, but then I forgot. He's not there anymore. He's in the Millennium Tower. Yeah, I'll fight these guys. It actually probably will give me a chance to talk about something that happened to me today. So, me and my roommate were going out to see the next John Wick movie, because, you know, both of us are pretty big fans of the series. Unfortunately, so I want to try to, because since that movie seems like it's a pretty big and epic film, I wanted to get like one of those like Dolby Super HD theaters or whatever. Those ones that like at AMC they show you, it's like, oh, this is what black looks like, but this is true black on the screen, and they show you how much better the picture is. And I really wanted to go see it in that, but I couldn't, unfortunately there wasn't any good times around, and so I ended up finding this this other theater for something called 4DX, and I thought, oh, that's great, that's totally it. And then, you know, so we get our tickets and we go into the theater, and I get in there and I see like the seats look rather like the seats are rather hard and they are kind of stiff. I thought this is a little odd, but okay, maybe it's gonna like, you know, like there's gonna be a like there's gonna be like cool like it'll just be like the sound or something. But then, as we were watching the trailers, everything seemed okay, and we were just like, okay, yeah, cool. But then, as soon as like then a specific trailer started, and then there was this thing, and then and then the trailer for the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 happened, and oh my God, the seats! I didn't realize this, but they move. And not just like kind of like a, you know, like a simple like, oh, you know, like a kind of vibrates or something when like, you know, something loud happens. No, like they literally move like in Star Tours or kind of thing where like the seats are actually like moving as the action is happening. And oh my God, it was like, how in the hell can anybody watch? We couldn't even get through the trailers, let alone a full 3-hour movie. So we were so surprised by that because it was just like, what the hell is this? As the seat is like shaking completely, and then all of a sudden, then like blasts like were happening in the screen, and then they actually were like firing like air blasts like right on our faces, and we're like being like shifted and thrown all over the place, and we're like, and finally like when the Fast X movie trailer came on, we both just got off and we were like, no, there's no way we can do this. And the way that it was too, it's also kind of hilarious because like they give you like a cup holder then. But, like, it's like, why would you want a cup on this? Like, you couldn't even pick up the cup to drink. Like, you'd be, like, being thrown everywhere. It just surprised me, because part of me is just thinking, like, who would want to see a movie like this? Like, I could understand, like, if it was, like a 5-minute ride or something. That actually would be alright. But not to the extent that they were doing in that. And there was no way that we were going to get through an entire action movie, let alone, like, a John Wick film in that, with that as our as our thing. So so well, I totally skipped over that conversation, but I guess the gist of it is that Florist of Sai is willing to help Takashi. I just love that there's like no other way to get out of the building. You have to go through the broken escalators, which, by the way, they have never fixed in this entire game series. You go through the Millennium Tower quite a bit, and they have never once fixed those damn escalators. I almost feel like that's like a... Oh my God. I know I've showed this heat action, but I'll never get over it. It's just so hilarious. Oh, Jesus. I just love also like the guys always immediately stop and don't knock the woman over. Because some of the guys that I smack into ladies, like, they clearly are at least a good like 1.5 feet taller, so I would assume that if they didn't stop themselves, they would immediately crush that lady underneath their mass. Oh, God damn it. Ow. Yeah, you'll notice that also in the Yakuza game, and in this one especially, There's a lot more breakable crap.
しばらく寝てろ。
You can like run into people and crack items all the time. Hell, you can break items even when you're not in a fight. Like you can break bikes if you just run into them long enough. Just like in real life, you know? No. No, get away. Get away. He's got admitted he can spare you. He's got admitted he can spare you. Let's head up. Wow, really? But yeah, the big question though that they don't that I did gloss over is that Takashi doesn't know that this is his father. My name is Takashi.
Hmm?
I don't need your life story, kid. You know how busy I am. I have got to stop doing these raspy voices. My throat is starting to kill. Then you already know why. You want the dirt on a girl you eloped with, right? I just need to know what Kyoka is doing. I didn't ask for your reasons. You're in the market for info, and I happen to be selling. That's all this is, got it? Yes. So, one more time. You want info on this chick you ran off with? Yes. Once you know the truth, there's no going back. You sure you won't regret it? I'm sure. No matter what, I'll find out. I'll deal with it. I can take it. Alright then.
1週間前の映像だ。
もしもし、私、会ってくれるの？わかった。今なら、たかし出かけてるから、大丈夫。じゃあ、いつものところで。
くそ。今日か。
こっちこっち。
もうやめてくれ。これ以上見たくない。
お前が依頼したことだ。最後まで見るんだな。
俺は。
Oh. That's her father. Funny enough, I've never actually seen the top half of his face.
また仕事を辞めたそうだな。
それはたかしのせいじゃなくて、
お前たちにはまだ無理だったんだ。もう諦めたらどうだ。いつでも戻ってきていいんだぞ。
ありがとうお父さん。でも私、たかしのことを信じてる。今は悩んでるけど、きっといつか私を支えてくれる。だから私、彼を支えてあげたい。
頑固者め、全く誰に似たんだが。
たかしがきちんと就職したら、何年かかっても必ず返します。
あの男には期待しとらん。お前が惨めな生活を送るのが耐えられんだけだ。
Kyoka, I'm such a... The waterworks aren't gonna solve your problem, kid. Both of you, thank you. I know you guys probably think I'm full of it, but I'm gonna keep working at this. I'll work as hard as I can. I promise. I'll make Kyoka happy. Actions speak louder than words. Go back to Kyoka, Takashi. Right. And land a stable job, huh? No more running away when it gets tough. Right. Your father would be ashamed of you right now. What do you know about my dad? I'm an information dealer. What don't I know about your dad? Would you be able to find out about him, then? Where is he now, or what he's doing? If he's even still alive? There's nothing I can't find out. Mr. Flores, can you track down my father? You got the cash? What? My fee. Can you pay it? How much would it be? More than your sorry ass can afford, that's for sure. No use quoting it. You know, actually, I am curious how much something like information like from this guy would be. Because, like, what would be like a base fee for that? Like, if you just want to find out where, because, like, you know, like, this guy's not a private investigator. This dude is not a, this dude is not someone who would follow someone else around and get a chance of their routine just to maybe see them slip up kind of thing.
Oi.
Father my ass, that was strictly professional. Since when do you do work pro bono? Shut up. Like I said, we're square now. Oh god, I am so sorry. It's those raspy voices that kill me. Oh. Sayama's probably ready. I'm ready to go. I'll wait for you at Serena, okay? No. Alright, I'll be there. Alright, so I don't really have anything else to do, more to show off here in Kamurocho, so, oh wait, first I gotta eat. And plus, I kind of want to get the, get going back to Osaka, so we're gonna be going, so we're finally heading back to Sotenbori after, god, like, yeah, like a good, like, 5 or 6 chapters, all in Kamurocho. But we got people to talk to in Sotenbori. Every Yakuza game actually tries to introduce like a new map to Kamurocho from here on out. So even though this one takes us back to Sotenbori, yeah, in the next couple games we will be getting completely different locales, and nope, I can make it before they notice. Oh good, they don't notice. But I know they're all like famous locations in Japan, but I wouldn't be able to tell you where they are.
課長は今まで私にカムロ町にいたなんて話一度もしなかったわ。ずっと信じてきたのに。
別に別所がお前を裏切ったわけじゃないだろう。
裏切りよ。私が四課でどんな思いをして今までやってきたか。あの人だけは私のこと理解してくれてると思ってた。でも自分は裏でヤクザとつるんでたなんて。あなたには悪いけど。
I gotta be honest, it can't be that surprising, can it? It'd be the first time there's been a corrupt police officer.
勝手にやれ。俺は合田会長を探す。
勘違いしないでね。あなたはまだ私の監視下にいるのよ。勝手な行動は許さないわ。いいわね。
わかった。
Yep. Even in the train, he can't not sit man spreading.
"すまんな、こんなとこしか空いてのって。まあ話するにはここが一番ええやろ。で、わしに何の用や。
20数年前、カムロ町で起きた堂島組と人言派の抗争事件。課長が担当していたそうですね。
なんや取り調べみたいやの。 そうや、わしが担当した。それがどないしたんや。
課長、今回のミレニアムタワー爆破とゴーダ人堂島大吾の誘拐の一件、人言派が絡んでいる可能性が高いです。担当直入に聞きますが、課長何か知ってらっしゃるんじゃないですか？
知らん。
でも
まあ待てや、わしが知ってんのは昔の事件のことだけや。今回の事件のことなんか知ってるはずないやないか。
じゃあなぜ今まで人言派のことを私に教えてくれなかったんですか？
事件との関係性が見えへん以上、不必要に情報を伝える必要はない。混乱を招くだけや。
本当ですね。
ああ。
じゃあ20数年前に起きた事件のことを教えてください。
せやな。何から話そうか。もう聞いとるかもしれんが、当時わしはカムロ署の4課におったんや。
知ってます。それで堂島組の手引きをした。
まあ簡単に言うたらそうや。せやけどそれしか道はなかった。警察ではどうにもならんかったんや。あいつらの実態はつかめんわ。略奪と暴行で市民は恐怖に陥るわ。人言派がカムロ町に拠点を構えてから手がつけられんほど町は荒れとったんじゃ。
どんなことがあろうとヤクザとは裏取引をしてはいけない。それが腐敗の一歩になるんだと課長はいつも言ってるじゃないですか。
あん時は他に方法がなかったんじゃ。
質問を変えます。消えたはずの人言派がなぜか今動いている、これについては何か知ってるんですね？
当時人言派の構成員は36人の組織やった。このうち
Wow, pretty small for a mafia.
3人生き残りがいるってことか。
そうや。そのうちの1人をわしは知っとる。
誰なんですか？教えてください課長。
蒼天堀に桂馬という店がある。そこにおいわ。
名前は？
今は村井という名前で生きとるわ。
村井ですね。
狭山、村井を大阪に連れてきたのはわしや。村井っちゅう名前もわしがつけたんや。あいつは奇跡的に一命を取り留めた。けど人言派の掟は生よりも死。復讐戦と生きることは許されん。そこで村井は生きることを選んだんや。せやからカムロ町から逃げる手助けをしたんや。
他の生き残りからの報復を避けるためか。
そうや。わしと河原が関西へ赴任するときに一緒に連れてきた。
河原さんも関西に。
狭山。
はい。
今日付で身辺保護の任務は終わりや。命令や。
理由を言ってください。
人言派が絡んでるとなりゃかなりの危険が伴う。
私が女だからですか？
ちゃう。そんなこと言うとるんやないわ。4課の捜査範囲から外れたってだけや。
今さらそんなこと言わないでください。犯罪者を取り締まる、それが私の仕事です。
今回の事件はヤクザ狩りのようにはいかんのじゃ。
相手は同じ人間じゃないですか。
お前は人言派の恐ろしさを知らんからそんなことが言えるんや。あいつら女やろうが子供やろうが手加減せんのんじゃ。
でも私は。
これは命令や言うとるやろ。見ての通り頑固もんでの。 佐山のやつ守ってくれるか。あいつ守れんのはあんたしかおらんねん。頼む。
一つ聞きたいことがある。
なんや。
河原さんの発砲事件を知ってるな。堂島組と人言派の事件と関係があるんじゃないのか。それに関西への赴任と。
これ以上のことはわしの口からは言えん。とにかく佐山のこと頼んだで。
Everybody's got a secret in this game series. Alright, so Sayama is now off doing something somewhere. But, oh. Yeah, I'll fight these assholes. So actually there is one more thing there's one quick thing that I can show you guys, because it is something that, what the hell is that guy doing, playing the guitar right there? But it actually is also something that helps out with training, and it helps unlock your moves. Because I thought I actually finished all of Komaki's training, and I didn't unlock the Tiger Drop yet. So I had to remind myself where else I can find moves. And there's something that that's only I think they bring it back in one of the other games, but this is, oh my god. Yeah, that is also a dead man. Oh, and yep, there's another guy there. So yeah, before I call the stream, let me go show you where exactly it is that I can also find some new moves. And it's not with Granny White. Granny White will only teach us moves for weapons, so we get better stuff with that. But it's actually right here, and it may seem it may look a tad familiar. Oh, you've never seen your face in here before. What can I do for you? I found out there's an acupuncture clinic here, so I figured I should get myself checked up. Haha, we most certainly will. Let me explain how it works. Acupuncture is a special. Okay, so pretty much what this is that you have to visit him every now and then, but they won't tell you when you visit him, because that's that's sort of the I guess the catch, and you can have bad outcomes depending on what it is. So if your body is not trained up enough, you can damage yourself.
Oh.
I feel as light as a feather. Your needles definitely had an effect. I'm getting the images from battle within me. So now I'm remembering a couple of other defensive stuff. So we can't. So even though my body is my stats are probably strong enough that I could probably get the next lesson, we do have to wait for a bit for my, it's like almost like for it to cool down before I can do that again. So yeah, so that's where I actually unlocked the Tiger Drop from. So if eventually you're gonna see, yeah, unfortunately there's no like acupuncture minigame, which I think which would actually be a little funny. Like it's like a rhythm-based game where you have to press the buttons as the needles go in. But I don't know. The idea of acupuncture has always kind of made me a little like, I don't know. It sounds. I'm sure that it is very. I'm sure that it is one of those like this is probably like a good like method of like meditation, or it just like helps like clear out, like opens up passages and whatnot, but because I don't like the idea of needles going into my skin, I'm not sure how they're supposed to do that. Anyways, I think actually, funny enough, yeah, I'm probably gonna do this next because I haven't been doing this at all. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and stop for now. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I will be back on Thursday, and I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna be playing Oberdin or Yakuza again, but I will guess you'll see then. So join me again tomorrow. Yeah, not tomorrow. Sorry, Wednesday. Anyways, take care, everyone.